And then let's open this one as well. So I'm sure there's gonna be like some papers and stuff in here. I guess I'll just rip it. So I see. Okay, so these were just like some really beautiful papers that I'm probably gonna use for journaling, decorating, maybe putting over different notebooks and the such to like make a cover for it basically. So that's what these are. They are absolutely beautiful. And I feel like they're kind of like classic Japanese stationery. They were made in like Awagami factory. So yeah, elegant stationery from Japan. I feel like it's kind of classic to see Japanese paper with like these beautiful additions added into them, like these gold flakes and like these little strings of whatever it is, I'm not sure, but yeah, stunning. I'll show you guys what I do with them. Okay, so now for the final category and also the largest category. So, notebooks and paper. So my goodness. And this package that I haven't opened yet from Amazon is also just full of A6 notebooks. As you can see, that's my favorite size. So, where do I even start? I guess I'll start with these. I'll just like go through basically all that I bought. So I got these Stalogy notebook. I got two. Actually, my current notebook that I'm using is also a Stalogy. So this is the first Stalogy that I've used, and I have been really enjoying the paper actually. So I've just learned that I tend to enjoy thinner paper even more. That's why I think I love the Tomoe River notebooks so much. I just have learned to really love that texture of paper, and the Stalogy is quite similar to that. I will say the paper quality definitely isn't as nice as the Tomoe River. For example, like there's more like bleed through, there's not as many, it doesn't show the properties of the inks as well as Tomoe River paper, but it is just a pretty solid paper, and I don't really have to deal with bleed through because I just only write with fine nib pens basically. There is definitely ghosting. You're definitely gonna get some ghosting on thinner paper, but that's just how I feel. It's obviously going to be like that with thinner paper. So if ghosting bothers you, then, you know, Tomoe River paper and Stalogy is definitely not gonna be for you, but for me, I don't mind that at all. So I got two Stalogy notebooks, one black, one red. And this is obviously something that I got from Tokyo National Museum, Kakuno notebook, and I've definitely heard things about like this brand as well. So I was like, it's perfect as a little travel memorabilia and also as an actual notebook that I can use. So once again, like the grids are very small, which I like. And I kind of thought this would just be a perfect pocket notebook. So I'm super excited to use this as well. I also have some like loose leaf paper that I decided to get. And then I also got this, I don't even know how to pronounce these names, okay? I'm sorry, but these notebooks. And so they have like different textures of paper, which I was like, wow, that sounds incredible. And this is the rougher paper. So I am someone who really likes the texture. I like the feedback. I love feedback when I write with fountain pens. I feel like that's partially why I love fountain pens so much more than roller balls. I know this is kind of a hot take, but I think the smooth pens basically feel the same as writing with a roller ball. So I like some feedback. I think it adds a really nice sensory feel to my writing experience. So I decided to try out this paper and see how I felt about it. I got one notebook, and then I also got some loose leaf paper with the same exact paper as in this notebook. So I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do with the loose leaf paper yet. I was thinking about like binding my own journal from it. And as you guys know, I love the A6 size, so I'm probably just going to turn this into an A6 notebook if I decide to do that, or I'll do something else with it. And then I'll just share the other 2 loose leaf papers that I got. So I also got a Tomoe River loose leaf paper, because I think, once again, Tomoe River was in the process of being discontinued. Not discontinued, but changing to a different factory. So everyone was going crazy about how it's, you know, changing and it was gonna be different. So I decided to just stock up on a little bit of it while I was there. So I got this loose sheet. And then I also got this Aerofil, which once again, I heard from Inky Brox's channel, and I just thought I have to try it. And for some reason I didn't get a notebook, and I got just these loose sheets. Not sure why. Maybe I was just trying to skimp on some money. I don't know, but that is what I got. So I got this CD notebook, a tiny little one. I think I also got this from Ancora actually, in the A6 size. And then I got this life notebook because it's beautiful, and I also just wanted to try out the sizing. This is a B6. I do also like the B6 size, so I'm really excited to use this as well. I don't think I've actually used any of the life notebooks, and I think this is like a collaboration with Cleed. I'm not sure what that brand is. I liked how it looked, so I got it. And then this is just a Midori notebook in the A5 size. I love Midori notebooks. I've used a lot of them, and they're kind of just like trusty and tried and true. So I decided to get one of those in the A5 size, because sometimes it is nice to have a bigger size notebook. And then I got this life notebook in the A5 size. For some reason, I think I just didn't see any life notebooks in A6, which is the size that I usually use. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll go with an A5. And then I have these 2 random notebooks, and I don't think I've actually ever used these yet. I'm not sure where I put it, but I think I also have an A6 size of this, and I think I just got them honestly because they look nice. I feel like the paper is probably going to be pretty great, honestly, and I think they were like $1 or $2 each, and I was like, there's no harm in trying them. So I got 2 A5 sizes and 2 A6 sizes, I believe. And then now for the final package. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done. I forgot to speak about these. So these are the Muji notebooks, and these are actually supposed to be kind of like the Hobonichi yearly planner sort of thing, where it's like there's 1 page for like each day. So like their regular, like their A5 or A6 planners kind of like this. Or no, their A6 planner is kind of like this because it's like just 1 page for 1 day. But then for this, you get to like put in your own date. So then I thought this would be perfect for using it as an actual notebook. And I have heard about like this notebook and this paper specifically. So I did actually buy some other Muji notebooks while I was in Japan. I think I either used them, gave them away, or something, but I don't really have them with me anymore. But I always got the high quality paper ones. Actually, no, I think I got one kind of sketch paper, and that was also perfectly suitable. So that's why I'm saying I feel like Japanese paper usually is high quality enough to not be feathering. So it's like very usable with fountain pen ink, basically anything, but the high quality paper specifically is really nice. But what I will say is that the other Muji notebooks that are high quality paper are thicker paper, while this is also thinner, and that's why I prefer this paper a lot more. And it also is so smooth, it almost feels coated, but I don't think it actually is. Maybe it is actually, because it does feel just very smooth. So this might be coated paper, but I'm not sure. But whatever it is, it works really, really nicely with fountain pens, no issues at all. And you barely even get any ghosting because it's just thick enough to be thick enough for no ghosting, but also thin enough that I enjoy the texture personally. So I got a ton of these. I actually got 5. I've just already used one. So I think I showed it in my other notebook video. So anyways, yes, I love this. I love this notebook, and it's also pretty affordable, especially in Japan. So I got stocked up on a ton of these. And they are very thick as well. I like my notebooks pretty thick, especially as like a daily notebook. Because I just really do run through them fast, especially being A6 size. So these are one of my, I feel like more niche, maybe not more niche, but these are one of my notebooks that I feel like is not as widely used in the fountain pen community. I feel like people don't talk about this notebook specifically, but this is actually an incredible notebook, and I would totally recommend you try it out if you're looking for, you know, good quality paper. If you like thinner paper as well, it's not nearly as thin as the Stationery or Tomoe River, but it is on the thinner side, so I absolutely love this. And then now I will open up the Marzen package. I think I already know some of the notebooks that are gonna be in here, but there might be some others that I don't remember, so let's see. Ooh, so excited already. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I knew, wow, I got a lot. Okay, so I got 3 Tomoe notebook paper. What? I got 3 Tomoe River notebooks. Oh my god. Let me just try that again. I got 3 Tomoe River notebooks. Wow. And so I got 1 grid and 2 dots. I think the dot grid is my favorite because then you have like a guideline, but then you kind of can't really see the dots, so you kind of can just focus on your writing, which I like. Then I also got a grid. So I got those 3, and the Tomoe River brand notebooks are just really beautiful. I think this is my first time actually purchasing one, so let's see. Like I said, I knew Tomoe River was changing their factory soon, and I wanted to just get as much as I could. So as you can see, super thin paper. This is the 68 GSM. So yeah. For some reason, I actually feel like the Stationery paper is a little thinner. I'm not sure. Because this is a little thicker than some of the other Tomoe River that I'm used to using, I believe. It feels thicker. But anyways, so that's that. And then as I said, I'm a pretty big fan of the Midori MD notebooks as well. So I got 2 grids and 2 lined. So I guess let me just open this one up and let me show you like the comparison between this paper and the Muji notebook. So I feel like this is kind of more like a really classic paper that's used. Also, I love the packaging that it comes in because I save my packaging for most things, and this is like a really nice paper to use for decorating your journals or, you know, journaling, things like that if you're interested in that. So I always save that and use it later. Try not to let it go to waste. And then it also comes with these stickers, which is really nice. So you can put in like volume, start, finish, and then your name. So you can kind of like put it in there, whatever you like. So anyways, very classic, no frills notebook. I kind of tend to really like these, especially since now I have this notebook cover. I like to use the notebooks that are a little bit more no frills, like there's not a hard cover or anything like that, but just are really nicely usable. So anyway, so this is the paper on the Midori MD, and then this is the paper on the Muji. It's actually quite comparable. I do think that this is like a little smoother than the MD notebook, if you like that, and it does feel like coated almost. But anyways, the thickness is actually quite comparable, so I guess I kind of forgot about that. I think it's just a lot thinner than the other Muji notebooks maybe. Yeah, so anyways, that's that. You can kind of tell what brands that I like and what brands that I've heard a lot about that I wanted to try out. So Tomoe River, Midori MD notebooks, which I've tried and I know I love. These Muji notebooks, which I've tried and I know I love. And some of these random notebooks, like the Life notebooks, these random notebooks, and the CD notebook. I'm pretty sure I also have another one. I think it's just in a different area right now. As I said, I'm moving, so. But I also haven't tried out the CD notebook paper, so I don't really have an opinion on that yet. So if you guys want a review on any of these notebooks, please let me know, and I'll let you know my thoughts and comparisons on all of them. But also, I'm not the pickiest person on paper. I feel like as long as it's fountain pen friendly, then I'm basically okay with it. But then I just prefer using different pens and combinations to go with the different notebooks. So I actually went up and got this other Muji notebook that I have. So I'll just show you that paper as well, and then so you can see what I was talking about, and then I'll do a little writing test of all the pens that I have. This is just their pocket note. As you can see, it doesn't say like high quality paper, so I wasn't sure how fountain pen friendly it would be, but it is quite nice. So as you can see, it's definitely a thinner paper. Let me just do a little comparison. So here's these, and then here's the Stationery. So this paper is like quite transparent, quite thin. This paper is definitely thicker. This paper is also definitely thicker. This one does feel a little bit thinner than the Midori one, especially when writing on it for some reason. And then the Stationery is definitely kind of more similar in thickness to this paper. So I also quite like this, but I've just been using it not as a journal, but more as like a random jot things in, I guess. So I was just testing my pens right when I got them, and I'll do a little writing test for you guys on these pens that I have right here. So this was actually the Ancora pen, because as I said, I was so excited about it. It's the Sailor Ancora My Pen with the Marzen Athena Sepia ink. I have some of my like first impressions. It soaks up more ink than fountain pen friendly papers. Oh, so this is a review for this notebook as well. No feathering with the nibs and minimal or any bleeding with regular writing. I guess you guys can read this. I think I said it's a win. But anyways, I really enjoy this pen, and I was surprised at the quality of this paper. That's why I'm saying basically any paper you get will be fountain pen friendly, I feel like. So I guess I can just start with this one. This is the Sailor Ancora My Pen with Marzen Athena Sepia ink. Actually, I should just write and then let you guys hear the feedback. So as you can see, on the side of more feedback, and it's not a very wet writer, but it feels absolutely fantastic. I also have let this pen sit for a little bit, so yeah. But anyways, I really love these darker inks with the fine nib, and because it's not super juicy, so I just think it goes really well together. And this is the Platinum Century 3776. Nice line, I don't know. I forgot what the name of the ink was. I'll double check. So So as you can see, the Platinum also has more feedback, and it's a little bit wetter writing than the Sailor pen. So I had to clean out the pen. As you can tell, I haven't written with it in a while. And to tell you truthfully why, it's because I much prefer the Platinum and the Sailor pens to the Pilot pen. A little bit controversial, but I will share more of my thoughts later. And this is also a good time to show you this converter. It is, I'm not sure, once again, what it's called. I haven't looked at all of the technical fountain pen stuff in a while, but this is the larger converter because the regular converter is like ink capacity is quite small, so I opted out and got this larger converter, and it's a push converter. And once again, this is a soft fine nib. I guess I should have written that with those, but okay, I'll go back and fill that out. This is a medium nib. And this is a soft fine nib. I haven't done fountain pen videos things in a while, so wait. This is a medium fine. So bear with me as I relearn all of the technical things and how to do this. So let me write with this pen now to show you. So as you can see, the soft fine adds a little bit of flex to it, and it's just like more bouncy to write with. But as you can also probably hear, this is the smoothest out of all three pens. There's practically very little feedback. And the soft fine is really, really lovely. I definitely like the soft fine. The medium is honestly a little bit on the thicker side for me. But yeah, so I would say it's definitely the smoothest and least feedbacky out of the three. And the Sailor is probably the most feedbacky out of the three. So I feel like the Pilot, since it is a soft fine, it also can have more ink flow if you want it to. As you can see, it is also a little bit more wet, with this being the driest and these being a little bit wetter to write with. So anyways, that's kind of like a little tiny writing test out of these three pens. That I have been using for a while, that I'll give more detailed thoughts on later. And also, I can also open this Pilot Kakuno. So it comes this converter, and I know people have talked about like eyedropper filling this pen, because that would be perfect. And I got this demonstrator because I think it was like part of this line that they had while I was there with like baby, girl, Papa, Mama, Boy, which I think is adorable. So it has like these special edition faces on them, and I got the mom. So it has like a little smiley face, and she also has like a little necklace. So yeah, and it is a demonstrator pen, which I think is gorgeous. And I will use this ink cartridge. Let's see, I actually probably have one in this Pilot box. That might not be packaged. Oh, they gave me a ton. And I also used one, which is very surprising because I never use cartridges and I can't even remember when I used that, to be honest. So this is the black. Let me just open this up. And honestly, I might have taken it out because these actually have better ink capacity than like the most basic Pilot converters. I'll give it a little squeeze to fill the feed, and then hopefully I can write with it right away. So let's see. Well, first of all, obviously the body's a lot cheaper than, and also it's like, it feels so weird to have a, what is this called? Like a pop cap instead of like a twist off. It's strange because I think basically all my fountain pens are twist off. So it's kind of satisfying though, actually. I can see why that would be fun. So let's see if it's writing yet. Ooh, yes, the squeezing worked. So this is the, yes, this is the fine nib. Okay, wow. I can see why people love this pen and rave about it. Wait, that's actually crazy. Okay, wow. I love this pen. First impressions, I freaking love this pen. Oh my gosh. So this Pilot Kakuno actually has much more feedback than this Pilot Custom 74, because the Custom 74 is really smooth, and that's kind of what Pilot is known for. It's known for just being a very smooth nibbed pen. And as I said earlier, I like some feedback, but this Kakuno has some feedback, and I think it's because this is used mainly for, or this was marketed towards children. So I think having a little bit feedback also gives you a little bit more stability and helping you like keep your handwriting nice and neat. I'm not sure, I don't think I'm explaining that very well or being very eloquent, but having some feedback just kind of gives you more sensation with the pen, lets you control the pen a little bit better. And this has that feedback. So I actually love this pen. And as you can see, it's like quite wet as well. So this ink that I have in here is actually pretty dry too, and I think that's why, but this platinum pen is actually quite wet as well. Well, not quite wet. Wet for like a fine nib Japanese pen. Wow, that's really nice. I actually really loved writing with this. This is going to probably be used heavily in my rotation from now on. I'll probably use it to take a journal actually, but first impressions, I really like this pen. I finally know what people are talking about. I know why this is such a popular pen now. Wow, I'm a big fan of that. Wow. Okay, so anyway, you can kind of see how this paper works. As you can see, there is some bleed through because the paper really isn't meant for fountain pens. But as you can see, for regular writing, just a little bit of ghosting. And there's not really much feathering. There's a little bit of feathering. But anyways, this isn't meant to be fountain pen friendly paper, and I don't really use it with fountain pens, but I think that it's performing this well is also already pretty impressive. So that's this notebook if you were interested. And all of the pens that I got while I was in Japan, my favorite pens, they have to be my favorite type of pens are Japanese pens. I've also used quite a lot of like German pens and vintage pens, American pens, things like that. But these Japanese pens are my favorite. And I'm still shocked over this Kakuno because there's no way that this was less than $10 and performed this well. Wow. But anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. And if you guys are interested in like more notebook reviews or more fountain pen reviews or different stationery videos, please let me know if you're interested. And I also just want to say thank you so much for all of your love and support that you guys have shown me. It was so sweet to come back and like finally check on the channel and see that you guys have still been watching and commenting and wanting more new videos, and also asking questions about the pens and saying that you bought the pens that I reviewed. So thank you so much for all of your love and support, and I'm coming back, and I would really love to know what you guys would love to see. So I'm so excited to be here again and talk about my obsession, as you guys can see. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Bye.